What is up, everybody? This is Brandon Player 23, and today I'm doing a special kind of video on how to finish your boards. If you want your boards to look like this is a video that I'll show you how to do it with all the current cards that I have in my 57 card branded deck. You may also want to check that up here. Let's get going. Alright, so our main combo line will start with these 4 cards. I include Mulcharmy Foulus. In the main hand, it has a double use. As you know, decks like Dracotail and Canine can special summon monsters from the extra deck during your own turn. So it's important to have this card in your hand even if you go first. So our first play during the draw phase will be to have Landed High Spirits, which will then let us show Fallen of Obelisk in our hand, and it will help us send a Titaniclad to the graveyard. Then we will also discard our Fallen of Obelisk, which will then give us access to Blazing Cartesia. Now this play is really important because if anything else fails during this turn, because the opponent may have entrapped you or floodgate you into not continuing your plays, you already have access to a Guiding Climb in the grave from Titaniclad, and you can also send a Cartesia, which provides an interruption for the opponents who are not completely lost in the worst case scenario. Moving forward to our main phase 1, we will have Blazing Cartesia be the first cards that we play. Since we have a Falling of Obelisk in our graveyard, we will be able to special summon it from our hand. Now this is an activated effect, so be aware that you may need to work with Canine cards and also Dracotail cards. Since this monster is already summoned and there's no interruption, we will proceed to play our branded opening. By discarding our Mulcharmy Foulus, we will be able to special summon a Albert Jester of Despia to our field, which will then trigger its effect to add a branded card. If the opponent decides to interrupt by using Effect Failure or Infinity Impermanence, we will be able to change our Blazing Cartesia and special summon a fusion monster, which will still allow us to add branded fusion. This could be considered a chalk win for this strategy, but nonetheless we still have lots of cards to play. We'll play branded fusion and set Bestial Rebellion and Falling of Obelisk, which will give us access to Albion, the branded dragon. It will then trigger its effect to special summon a fusion monster by banishing monster from our hand, field, or graveyard. We will be banishing our Falling of Obelisk in graveyard and our Mulcharmy Foulus, which will then give us access to Rimrum, the striking dragon. This is a main combo piece of playing during the opponent's turn because it not only will provide a negate and a bounce back to your opponent, but if the opponent has a chance to get rid of it, we could also use it to special summon the Falling of Obelisk that we have in graveyard. Now for our next play, since we have already 4 summons, we will continue by special summoning the Bestial Rebellion from our graveyard. Now the opponent here has a chance to nip us if they want to. If they do, just change Cartesia's effect and special summon Grand Guignol, but if they don't, we will use Rebellion's effect to place a branded loss directly from our deck. Next thing we will do is that we will special summon Grand Guignol by using Cartesia's effect to fusion summon, which will then give us access to 2 trigger effects. Number 1, force sending a monster, a level 6 or higher dark or light monster, and then branded lots effect to add a card from our hand. So resolving this chain, we will be able to add another Cartesia from our hand and send Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, which will be a key part of locking the opponent in 3 negates with Lion Darkness Dragonlord in the case that we cannot use branded banishment. So next play that we will do is that we will normal summon our Blazing Cartesia. Since we already used this effect, we don't really have to. And with this, we are ready to move into different plays. Since we already used 4 different fusion monsters, we will move on to the end phase, which is basically considered as main phase 3 for branded. We will trigger all of our effects. First one is that Cartesia will return to our hand. I always like to play this effect first, and then we will use Albion's effect to set a branded card. We will set branded banishment, which will be key to set the branded lock with Light and Darkness Dragonlord, and Titaniclad effect, which will help us send Guiding Climb. Now we can send any monster from our deck to the graveyard that we need, or else would be possible. Just remember that when you fuse with branded banishment, you also will be able to add a Mercurier As for follow-up, overall, this strategy will provide 7 or more interactions with your opponent, and at least 3 of those will be negates. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these, or let me know what you think as well in the comments. See you next time.